Hey friends, and welcome to our lesson on sales tax, tip, and markups. This is probably one of the most common places you're going to be using your percent. This and tomorrow's lesson are like pretty much the basic reasons to even understand percents is when we use them, where we use them so much. Okay, sales tax, tip, and markups are all areas where we're going to find the percent of a number and then add it to the total. So 2 steps is all we have to do. General rule for any tax, tip, or markups. General rule, take the percent of the number, and then if it's asking for the tax, the tip, or the markup, then you're done. It's just taking the percent of the number. If it wants the total amount, then add it to that original number. Okay, so we'll go through lots of examples so you can understand how that works. All right, so first situation, we are going to go buy some exercise equipment. We're going to get into shape. Awesome. And the exercise equipment costs $140. That's not too bad. Okay, sales tax is 5.75%. That's actually low in Utah. Sales tax is really close to 7%. Again, different cities, different counties, all different states, lots of variety in sales tax. Okay, so ask what is the total cost of the equipment. Okay, because you know when you go to a store to buy something, it's more than the price on the sticker because we have to add in that sales tax. So we're going to take the percent of a number. That means this is our percent and this is our whole, and we want to find the part. And when we do that, we just change our percent to a decimal. So move that 2 places to the left. So 0.0575 times our whole, which is 140. And that comes out to be, and rounding to the nearest cent, because we always have 2 decimal places for monies, $8.05. Okay, again, Utah has a higher sales tax. That doesn't seem very high. So this is how much we're going to pay in tax. So if it was asking how much tax would we pay, we'd be done. But it didn't ask that. It asked what the total cost was, in which case we're going to add that 805 to the 140. Okay, and so our total amount comes to $148.05. Okay, now there is another way to do this, and the way to do that is do the adding before we take the percent. Because if you look at what we just added together, this is our 100% plus our 5.75%. And so this amount is actually 105.75%. So if we're feeling crazy, we can do the addition with the percents first and multiply. Like if we do that, we would multiply by, move that decimal place over, by 1.0575. And if we multiply that to our whole, our starting number, helps if you turn the calculator on. So 1.0575 times, we started out with 140. Okay, and it should come out to be 148.05, or well, maybe with rounding. Oh, nope, look at that. It's perfect. What? Okay, now this might seem a little weird right now. We're actually going to use that way more when we're doing discounts tomorrow, okay? So you can add the percents or you can add the actual numbers. 2 ways to do, you know me, I like to teach you, there's lots of different ways to get to where we're going in math, usually. Okay, So another thing it looks like I've had to point out in the past that tip and gratuity are the same. Gratuity is your fancy word for a tip. And remember, that's a tip is just something that you add in, not just at restaurants, but in other places too. Like you add it in at the, if you go get your hair cut somewhere, usually do a tip. If, I don't know, people help carry your baggage into your hotel room, it's customary to tip them. Tipping for like taxi drivers. I don't know how it works with the Uber and the Lyft. I should ask my brother because he used to drive for them. But anyway, so let's see. Customer, there's the story. I just want to find the story for you. A customer wants to tip 15% on a restaurant bill that is $35. Okay, so our whole is 35. And we want to do a tip of 15%. And it wants to know the total bill with tip. So that means we're going to find the percent and then add it back in. Okay, so to find the percent, we're going to change the percent to a decimal. So it's 0.15 times the 35, which equals, I have it written down, 5.25, possibly rounded. And then we add that to our whole to get our total cost, which is 40.25. Okay, and that's with the tip. That doesn't include, maybe this whole includes the tax in there as well. Okay, now if we want to do it the percent adding way, we've got 100%. Wow, I wrote this weird. I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't confuse you. So our 100% is that 35. Plus we're going to add in 15%. So really we want 115%. Okay, so if we do 1.15 times 35, it should still come out to be the 40.25. 1.15 times 35. And it does in fact come out to be 40.25. All right, next question. A haircut, see, I mentioned haircuts, salons, it's a thing. A haircut costs $20, and there's a sales tax of 4.75%. Again, that's pretty low. In Utah, it's a lot higher than that. And then we also want to give a tip of 15%. Okay, assuming we're not going to tip on the tax, we just want to take all these, we just want to know what the total cost is. And actually to find out if $25 is enough to pay for it. All right, so kicks and giggles, let's do our percent adding first, because I think that will be less work. And so we want 100%, which is, you know, how much we have to pay for the haircut, plus the tax is 4.75, plus the tip is 15%. So if we add all of those together, we would get 119.75%. So this is how much we want of $20. So change that to a decimal and it becomes 1.1975 times 20. 1.1975 times 20. And the total cost should come to $23.95. And if that's the case, $25 is enough to pay for it. Okay, if you want to do it the regular way, we're going to have to calculate two different percents. We're going to have to calculate the sales tax percent. So that's going to be the 4.75% changed to decimal, 0.0475. Wow, that was weird. 475 times 20. 0.0475 times 20 is 95 cents. Okay, and then the tip is 15%, so that's 0.15 times 20 is a $3 tip. Okay, and so we're going to add all of those to the 20. And so we got 20 plus 0.95 plus 3, and it does in fact come out to be 23.95. Look at that. It's the same. So whichever one makes more sense to you, go ahead and use that thing. Okay. When you have multiple ones like this, it is kind of convenient to be able to add up those percents. All right, next situation, we're going to a spa, and total cost of a spa treatment of $42. I don't know what kind of spa treatment is only $42, guys. I don't know, but it sounds nice. I'll take it. Okay, so spa treatment is $42. Tax is 6%. And tip is 20%. Okay, so again, since we have so many percents to do and we want to find the total cost, I'm going to add 100% plus the 6% plus the 20%. So we want 126%. Okay, so change this to a decimal. That becomes 1.26 times 42, and 1.26 times 42 gives us a total of 52.92. Okay, let's see if that works out if we do it individually. Okay, so the tax for the spa is going to be 0.06. I'm just winning today. 0.06 times 42. So that's the tax, and the tip is going to be 0.2 times 42. All right, the 0.06 times 42 is $2.52, and the tip is $8.40. And if we add that to the $42 that we start with, 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 52, 92. If you write a 5 in the right place. I was thinking about the carried 1. Okay, so 52.92 is our total cost with tax and tip. Okay, the last one I'm going to talk about is an idea called markup. And the meme that I put at the top of the page, or that I am thinking of putting on the top of the page, markup is how much a store or somebody selling something marks up or increases the price of something. And it's basically the amount of money that they make. So for instance, like it costs me, I don't know, like $12 to buy all of the stuff that I need to make a batch of cake. And then, but how much do I actually charge the people would then be the markup. Yeah, that's what markup means. Okay, so if we work for a store and wholesale, we were able to buy, I don't know, a really nice winter coat wholesale for $56. Okay, and then we want to have a markup of 25%. Okay, this 25% is going to be what we end up actually making. That's the money the store would make. So again, we can either do 100% plus the 25% and do 1.25 times 56 if we want to do the add the percent way, or we can do the 0.26 times 56 and then add it in. Either way, so why did I do 26%? I don't know. It's been a long day apparently. So 25% of 56 is 14. And so we add 14 and 56, and that comes out to be 70. So that means the coat would be on sale for $70, and the store would make 14. Okay, let's just verify 1.25 times 56 does in fact come out to be 70. So it's just nice to know we calculated it correctly. Okay, now interesting thing about this whole markup idea is, people get so excited, and this is very appropriate to do this right before Black Friday because everyone's all freaking out about Black Friday sales. But guess what happens? The months before Black Friday, stores start jacking up the prices. They have these big markups that people don't notice, and then they can say, you can have this huge % discount, and yet you're paying the same price that you would have before. But it feels better because it feels like there's a discount, even if there isn't. So that's something interesting to think about as we head into this possible shopping season. Okay, last problem I want to go over with you is a little bit of a real life situation, just to show you that when we have our really big ticket items, I'm talking like cars and houses, a 7% tax actually ends up being huge. Again, sales tax in Utah is around 7%. Okay, and let's say, I don't know, we're buying a $500,000 house, which might sound like a lot of money, but anyway. And just the 7% tax, if we just want to calculate the tax and not the total, just to find out how much tax alone we're going to pay on a house, that will be 0.07 times $500,000. 0.07 times $500,000. That means that we are paying $35,000 in sales tax. That means we're not actually going to pay $500,000 for a house. We're going to pay $535,000 just from sales tax. And there's always other prices that come up as well. Okay, but the basic idea with sales tax tips and markups is you just find the percent of the number and add it in. Or if you like, you can add the percents and calculate it that way. Okay, bye.